back again, and for the moment I'm free and I'm using this time to give you some transfer input, some transfer do's, don'ts, some transfer will they's or won'ts. Now, first of all, I need to get something off my chest. There's a lot of talk about players we could get rid of and players that could be coming in. Now, we should be optimistic with regards to the fact that a new manager's come in and it looks like he's getting his own way in the transfer market. However, if you think we're going to sign the likes of Upamecano, Partey, Havertz, Camavinga, Koulibaly, Coutinho, Rodriguez, and all of the above, then you're sorely mistaken. Now, I'm not saying you won't get an Upamecano, you won't get a Partey, but you're not going to get all of them. So the chances are you've got to lower your expectations even slightly and think, if we get one of them, plus 2 or 3 other players in the right positions that are the right signings, that is the important thing for Arsenal going forward. Not names, not a wish list that's formulated from Football Manager or FIFA, realistic targets. So maybe one of the names you're looking for, and the rest, the chances are you're not going to have a clue who they are, or you're not going to know too much about them. So chill on that one. Now hopefully I'm about to brighten up your day with some of the hot prospects, or maybe what some may see as underwhelming prospects that could be on their way to the Emirates Stadium for next season. Now next up, Raúl Jiménez, the Wolves striker, 6'3", 28 years old in his peak. Will he be coming to Arsenal? There's talk of a £40 million bid, which Wolves would surely laugh at. They spent £33 million on this player. So why would they sell him for 40? He's going to be in the region of about £80 million. And Arsenal just aren't going to pay that. And do Wolves need to sell? No. If I was Wolves chairman, billionaire owner, would I sell? Like hell I would. This geezer's been an absolute godsend since he signed. When he was on loan and when he signed permanent. The consistency is still there. Top player. And I just don't think he's going to come to Arsenal. It's not just I don't think he's going to come to Arsenal, I just don't think Wolves will sell. Man United are in for him and they're willing to spend a lot more money than we are. They've got the resources and why wouldn't they spend it? They need a superstar striker in their team and that Jiménez is the man for them. But are we going to spend £80 million on Jiménez? I don't see it. We're going to lose Aubameyang and we're going to lose Lacazette. And Jiménez, you'd think, would be the perfect replacement. But at 28 years old, I don't think Arsenal will be looking in that direction. I spoke about Odsonne Edouard a couple of weeks ago. That seemed more of the direction that we'd be going in. Someone that would cost in the region of about 25 to 35 million pounds, is still young and has probably got a sell-on fee, which I don't like to talk about, but that's what clubs are in for. Arsenal are not going to spend £80 million on a 28-year-old striker that would have for 2 to 3 seasons. It's just not going to happen. So, Raúl Jiménez, I would love to have him because he's an absolute beast. He's an absolute beast. He works hard and he's the perfect lone striker that you want in every team. But Arsenal ain't going to have it. Arsenal ain't going to buy him. So please, people, get it out of your head. Raúl Jiménez to Arsenal is just not going to happen. Next up is deep line playmaker Marc Roca. The Espanyol youngster is a possible replacement for... Yes, Granit Xhaka. This guy has a bit more mobility. He's got great vision. He's got a good pass in him. He looks like a steady player. He looks like a decent player. And from what I'm hearing from Spain, he's got all the attributes to be a very, very good player. In fact, they're looking at him as a replacement for Sergio Busquets. And that's some big boots to fill. Now, he's not going to be a player that's going to set the world alight. You're not going to watch him and see 7s, 8s, 9s and 10s. You're not going to see goals galore and assists. And the stat merchants out there are probably going to be screaming, he ain't good enough. Average, he's average. Well, for Spanish under-21s, he's played 3 games, got a goal and got an assist. But for the main team, this is not really his job. His job is to win the ball back and look to release the ball early. And that's what you get. That's what Sergio Busquets made look beautiful. He made the art of defensive midfield play different. He made it not so gritty. And this is what that Marc Roca's about. He can also tackle, and he looks like a very good player, but he needs time. He needs time, and he needs fans not to get on his back when he's going to take that time to adapt to the physicalities of the league and just the general pace of the league. A deep line playmaker like him, who can also tackle, is going to need protection of his team until he's got that guile up there to take on the Premier League. In fact, on the next episode of Transfer Exchange, my Spanish link will be coming on, and he will be giving his insight into all the players linked to Arsenal that are coming from Spain. That's the likes of Puyol Torres, Marc Roca, Carlos Soler, and many more. He's got a great insight, and I fully respect his knowledge. So I'd like you to hear it as well. Today, you're getting a bit of extra. This one, the last one, needs to be spoken about. The potential that we're about to lose 2 of our main strikers, it seems ludicrous. But, in my eyes, it's the best move we could do. Aubameyang is going. That's happening. We have no choice. We've essentially done what we do with all our best players. Hope that they have this blinded loyalty while we're in a patch of form which is a bit more than a patch. It's more of a hole over the last few years, where we're not hitting the top, the upper echelons of football. So I can understand why some of our top players might want to look elsewhere. However, if you tie these down on contracts that are longer, you hold a bit more power. But we haven't done that, so we're powerless when it comes to Aubameyang, so he's going to leave. So some may think, is the next best move getting rid of your only other striker? Well, if your only other striker isn't good enough to be your main striker, but he's too good to sit on the bench, i.e. he could start kicking up and getting upset about the fact that he's not getting game time, the best move is to lose them both. You need to get what money you can for Aubameyang and sell Lacazette for as much as you can as well, and look to start afresh. And I'm not talking about just playing Martinelli up top. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying to bring in Martinelli and bring in a defensive midfielder to shore us up is ludicrous. Martinelli is not the player that we need to be leading the line at Arsenal. And even if he is, what, you think he can lead that line on his own? You're asking him to get burnt out. We cannot put ourselves in that position. Yeah. He needs time, he needs nurturing, you need to look after these youngsters, not just throw him in the deep end and say, if he's good enough, he's old enough, because as we've seen with the likes of Rashford, Gerrard, Owen, Rooney, there's so many youngsters that with this mentality we have in this country of if they're good enough, they're old enough, they get burnt out, they're young. Your body's still growing until you're 21, and if you absolutely rinse the F out of it all the way up from 16 to 21, you're going to be ruined. So you need to look after these youngsters. That includes Saka, that includes the likes of Reece Nelson if he starts to hit form, or Emil Smith-Rowe if he starts to hit form. These boys cannot be our main players for next season, so we need to be smart on this. So the likes of Willian, Fraser, these ones, this is where you save your money. And you spend your big money on your striker, your DM, and your centre-back. So, for me, it's got to be bye-bye Abba, and it's got to be bye-bye Laca. Just due to lack of consistency. So on that note, don't forget, catch me on Sunday, but also, you'll see another one of these soon. Peace out.